So
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too, man. I'm glad that your manager reached out and stuff to do like this together. Like I haven't done any interviews yet, so this is gonna be like my first time, kind of like talking to other artists. But I don't want it to be like an interview necessarily. I just wanted it to be kind of a casual conversation or whatever, so people can kind of like maybe take something from it or whatever.
Yeah, sweet. Sounds good.
All right, cool, man. So I just I share a lot of stuff personally, like and so a lot of my listeners kind of know like a lot about me. So I kind of wanted it to be a little more about you today. And I was hoping you could just kind of start by like telling us a little bit of like your story, just like from the beginning. You know what I mean? Like maybe pre-tattooing, what'd you do before that, and then like how'd you get into it and stuff.
I've been skateboarding, painting graffiti, and just kind of like hanging around with tattooed individuals since I was 12 years old. And I've always been artistic, and I never really thought about tattooing. Most of my life, actually, I recorded and performed hip hop music for many years. I was part of one of the first hip hop groups to come out of Vancouver. Did a lot of shows, toured around Canada, the States, and then I did my first tattoo actually when I was 12, but I didn't really think I was going to be a tattooer then. But I didn't start tattooing until I was 29 years old, and I'm almost 40 now. So.
Oh wow, awesome. So it was always kind of like part of the culture for you then, as like a skater and stuff in the
Yeah,
music. Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, I feel
just
like
being around people.
yeah, it's absolutely like it's like the lifestyle sometimes too is like really attractive as well. I think.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So that's cool, man. So you started when you were 29, and you said you're almost 40 now.
Yeah, almost 40. I'll be 40 in March. Big one coming up. But yeah, it's been 10 years now in the tattoo game. I did a year and a half apprenticeship with a fellow named Jeremy Popov, which we're still in touch today. He actually comes and does guest spots at my studio on a regular basis and stuff like that. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, it's been a good 10 years.
So you started more like traditionally than maybe like did you start with like traditional style tattoos, or did you?
I think I was on the tail end of like the whole traditional way of learning how to tattoo. I don't think people take it as serious as they did back then.
Right.
Like, I still had to like, be the so-called shop bitch for
Yeah.
my year and a half and cleaning and learning how to make needles and scrubbing tubes and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like my generation of tattooers was the last generation of tattooers that really got put through the ringer like that.
Yeah, I would agree, man. I've been tattooing like almost 9 years. Like I went through a similar kind of apprenticeship. Started as the shop bitch too, and everything, and scrub
Yeah.
tubes and all that shit. So definitely, I feel like it's like it's so much easier to get information now. Because people with the internet and everything, how it is like. There's so much information out there. People are getting really good within a couple years, and I think they're noticing too, like the things that really like make you blow up quicker, which is something I want to get into with you. Is like you're more of a black and gray specialist, right? So, um,
Yeah.
like when did you start realizing like that was your thing, and like how did you get into black and gray, and why do you choose that?
Well, I jumped around for many years for like probably the first 5 years of my tattoo career and just kind of like accommodating everybody and whatever the client wanted. I could do it, and I became a good tattooer, but I never became a master of any certain style of tattooing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And then when you start taking on one style of tattooing, you start living and breathing it and doing it every single day, and your progression starts becoming quicker and quicker and stuff like that too. Now I'm actually trying to get into more doing stuff where I'm kind of mixing a little bit of styles and stuff like that. I got some new stuff coming out that's going to be in the next like few months. Some new pieces that kind of mix a little bit of traditional with realism.
okay.
And I'm also focusing a lot more on collaborating with other artists too, so we can give a mix of
Oh,
style to everybody.
oh yeah, yeah. So how do you go about that? Do you like have like a price that you guys decide on together, and then like the client like pays you both, or?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, we'll obviously give a certain rate to a client if they're gonna willing to let us tattoo them at the same time.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's not like we're gonna give them a big discount, but
No, yeah.
at least they'll get a lot done in a short amount of time, right? So
Yeah, and they
think
get
about
like
it, if you pay a regular price for tattooing, two guys are going at you for 8 hours.
yeah.
It's actually getting 16 hours worth of tattoo work done, right?
Yeah, and you're getting a really cool, like, unique piece that you're not gonna get unless those two guys collaborated like that too, you know. So it's like something really unique to get done.
Exactly.
I see that mostly. I see that getting done at like conventions, though, you know, like because it's like we're there, we're able to network with each other. Is that where you do
Who
that at?
started that whole collaborative kind of like everybody kind of getting together and doing collaboration pieces and having multi artists was Ryan Smith started that with the Chaos Theory project
Oh, okay.
over in London in the UK, where he would bring prestigious artists from around Europe and like team them up, and you could basically go in and go, I want this artist and this artist together, and you'd go and get a piece from them.
Yeah, that's pretty sick, man. That's like a really good idea.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I think we'll see more of that probably, you know, like as like the times go on and stuff, like people realize like, because what I see that's really cool is when you get two guys that have totally different styles, like a really good traditional artist and a super good like realism artist, and like they put those two styles together and create some crazy
so
shit.
cool.
Yeah, I could see why it would be something you would be trying to do yourself, even just mixing those styles, you know. And it's something I kind of do too, is like try to mix up styles as well, like kind of realistic and then like watercolor, like abstract stuff, you know. So definitely, it seems.
Well, I find there's a lot of people out there doing black and gray work too, so I'm trying to like add little elements to my black gray work that kind of separate it a little bit. So when people see my pieces, they'll be like, "Oh, that's a Ryan Scarpino piece."
Yeah.
That's a Ryan Scarpino piece. I can tell just by the way you do this. You know what I mean?
Right. And so,
I've been trying to add a lot.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Add a lot of more opaque grays to my gray wash instead of just washed out grays too as well.
Yeah, that works great for cover-ups too. I've been having some success with using that with cover-ups, the opaque grays.
Yeah, it works really good. I use the Ad Poncho stuff from World Famous, and I mix it in with my last three tones of my gray wash set, and then use it for my backgrounds and stuff like that. It adds a little bit more contrast to the piece. It looks really good.
Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah. So you're sponsored by World Famous, right?
Yep. I was the first Canadian sponsored artist on World Famous.
The first Canadian?
I was traveling a lot doing conventions. I went over to Europe and I went and did the Evian tattoo show in France, and then I traveled down and did the Palermo Tattoo Expo in Sicily.
Yeah.
And I went down, and it's not a very rich country, so I went down and I didn't tattoo a lot, didn't make a lot of money, but I met Ricky Lopez, who was one of the World Famous sponsored artists.
Oh, okay.
And then we hung out, then I got to meet Lou Rubino, who owns World Famous, and then we hung out for the weekend, and then I was going to come back to Canada and start distributing World Famous.
Yeah.
But the Canadian dollar was like 45 cents to the dollar, so I was like, you know what, it's just not possible for me. But he goes, you know what, I'd love for you to represent my product still.
Nice.
Here's a sponsorship package, welcome to the family, and it's been 5 years now almost with them.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. That's a cool way, you know, that's like a really organic way to do it, you know, like everybody's always talking about like, you gotta reach out or you gotta do these hashtags or this kind of thing. It's like, really, it's who you know, I think, and that's like the most stories I hear like that, like.
Honestly, if you like, my biggest recommendation to anybody that's looking to like move further in their career and look for like types of sponsorships and stuff like that would be to get out there and do the shows and meet the people that you want to be sponsored by, hang out with them,
Yeah.
Be their friend, you know what I mean? Like have a good like friendly relationship with these people, and like that's when the possibilities and stuff like that start flying around, you know?
Yeah, that's hella true, man. And people are a lot more humble in person.
Too many people send out emails and shit and like fill out their little applications online and stuff, and it's like that's not a personal way of getting sponsored, right? And World Famous is like a family too.
Okay.
And that's the way Lou basically put together World Famous, was like, you know, his motto was like passion, family, you know, and that's the way he treats it.
Yeah. That's really cool, man. Yeah, that's a really interesting. That was one of my questions I was gonna ask you actually, so you already answered it. It's really cool. So, yeah, this is going great. I was gonna say, you also have a shop, right? You have like 7 artists,
Yep.
Stuff like that. Could you tell me a little bit about that and like how it started and like where you're at now?
When I finished my apprenticeship, the guy taught me how to tattoo decided that he was moving out of town and kind of dumped the shop on me.
Oh, okay.
It lasted about 8 months. I shut it down. I went on the road tattooing for about a year, and then I came back to Kelowna, here where I live in British Columbia, and started working at a shop called Shinobi Tattoo Studios, which is where my studio is now. I was there for about 8 months. Then he was like, "Oh, I'm moving to Vancouver. Would you like to take over the space?" So I took over the space, and and then I started Dynamic Studios, and then it's been 8 years now since we started.
Nice.
My whole plan was just making a place that people could come and have fun and be creative, be themselves, and not have to worry about anything but tattooing. So I make it sure that all my artists that work at my studio, they show up there in the morning and they're there, and all they have to do is focus on what they need to do for that day to make the tattoo they need to make.
Okay.
That's it.
Nice.
So I have somebody that runs everything else for them. They don't have to worry about nothing, and it makes it so like they can just focus on that creative part.
It's like a real business then. You have like it's very compartmentalized probably, right? So you have like a lot of people interworking together.
Yeah. Well, I found like just being an artist that worked by himself for a little bit of my career that it's really hard to juggle those things.
Yeah.
And you could easily fall behind or not be living comfortably because you're working more on promoting yourself or other types of things that involved with running a business side of tattooing that most tattooers aren't that great at.
Absolutely.
They're way better at tattooing than they are running a business. That's why they work for a shop, not their own, right? So.
Yep. Yeah, that's true, man. And I think more and more is like you're starting to see people, that are more like business mindseted, like get into the industry, and it's not like so much like the thug biker kind of mentality anymore. It's like real businessmen, that are.
Well, that goes back. That goes back to what you said earlier, where people were learning how to tattoo really good within a couple of years, right? It's because tattooing is artistic now. It's not just a flash tattoo off the wall with bold lines in one color. You know what I mean? It's artistic. So a lot of art school graduates are taking what they've learned in graphic design, fine arts, all that kind of stuff, and they're applying it to tattooing, and that's why they're learning and becoming better faster. And that's the reason why tattoos are more accepted now, is because they're more artistic. They're more beautiful. They're not just bold outline stuff like traditional stuff used to be.
Yeah. So are you finding more success having artists that are kind of more specialized then?
Sorry, say that again?
Are your artists more like specialized, like they all have a thing that they're good at? Like.
Well, I definitely focus on everybody's strong points at the shop. So, I'd say more specialized. A lot of my artists can jump around a little bit, but I try and pick out the strongest points of the guys that I work with, and I try to focus all my bookings around what they're strong at. So if I have a lettering guy at the shop who does also a little bit of black and gray and a little bit of traditional, but he does really sick lettering, I want that guy to have all the lettering pieces.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's cool,
so if there's anybody who wants to come in for that illustrative, colorful, kind of like anime style stuff, then I'll make sure that there's a guy that does that, and then so on and so forth.
Yeah, man.
Traditional, neo-trad, all that kind of shit.
I think that's the way to do it,
One-stop place.
Like, cause
it's the only way to do it, and then we feed off each other.
Yeah, because like back in the day, it was kind of like that whole like rotation rule kind of thing. Like you just kind of sharing people as they come in. Is like you get the next person, then I get the next person. And I think like now it's like there's no room for like mediocre work really anymore. And like people, you really have to like focus on those things that you're best at like that, And like otherwise, like you're gonna get lost.
There's a market for it though, unfortunately. Still.
Oh yeah.
That's why there's lots of shitty shops still open.
And that'll always be that way too, It's just like I was just talking about how there's different like kind of echelons like that. There's different levels, And it's weird.
But only we know that. Only we know that, right? Like the general public doesn't know that stuff, right? And that's up to us to educate them on what's mediocre and what's not mediocre. You know what I mean? But I think your work should speak for itself, and that's why a lot of people are just crazy booked up for like a year, 2 years. The good guys, you know what I mean? And that's why there is a market for mediocre, just because a lot of the good guys are booked up. People don't want to wait, right?
That's true. But it also, like it's like if you do have higher standards, like you're gonna attract those people that like a lot of people that I work with, like they wouldn't like if you gave them a cheap price quoted, like they wouldn't want a tattoo from you. You know what I mean? So like that's the kind of people that if you just like have the standards where those are the only people I'm gonna work with, then I feel like it's just better for everybody, the industry too. Like the art comes out better, the client's happier, So it's all about standards, kind of.
Well, the word tattoo is branded itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just like Louis Vuitton and Adidas and Nike and Logo from Walmart and all that kind of stuff, like there's different levels of like quality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or different levels of marketing.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
That's
Louis
that's true,
Vuitton's
man.
marketed themselves as this really, really expensive product, and Nike's marketed themselves as an inexpensive product that's affordable for everybody, for
Yeah.
most people, right? Where same as tattooing, you can market yourself as like we're the Louis Vuitton of tattooing.
Yeah.
We deserve
Absolutely.
to get paid this much money. You can go ahead and go and pay $100 an hour, but you're
Right.
gonna only get this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're gonna get a basic Nike shoe.
Yeah.
But if you want to spend the $200 an hour and you're gonna get this baller ass shoe where everybody's gonna come up and ask where you got your shoes from.
Yeah, then it's just some people are always gonna have that limited mentality of like a car's a car, and as long as I get there, it doesn't matter if it's a Ford or a Ferrari, you know. But like other people have
Yeah.
like standards that are like, that's not good enough. Like they gotta be a baller, you know. Like,
Those are the walk-ins, and then we got the baller ones that'll come in and drop like 2K for a deposit and
yeah,
sit down and get like full back piece and like
right.
just kill it the whole time.
Do you
Obviously those are the guys we love, but
yeah,
word of mouth is everything. So the more tattoos you can get out, doesn't matter what it is, small, big, large, whatever. The more tattoos you can get out, the
yeah.
more people are talking about you and stuff. So
Okay, so are you finding that that's still like a really big part of like your people coming in and everything, or do you do a lot of like online advertising too?
you know what? Advertising is huge with Facebook, Instagram. I spend at least a couple grand a month on Google ads, Facebook ads,
Yeah,
Instagram, all that kind of stuff. Like
nice.
it's very important. There's a lot of shops out there, and like we were just talking about too, the general public doesn't know that the whole how it works.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Doesn't so they could have the nicest shop in town, be just balling and just crazy. Walk in, there's fucking waterfalls everywhere and
yeah,
shit. And then you get in the chair, they don't even know what they're doing. They don't even know how to tattoo you.
yeah. That's true,
But people
man.
are gonna go there because they got the nicest shop.
Yeah, and there's some great
Fancy stuff.
marketers
They
too,
great.
like people that can like make themselves look great, like on social media and stuff, and then like you get in there and yeah, it's like it's all edited on Photoshop or something.
So and a lot of this shit's not even organic either. It's like you can tell that it's like an automated system that's like liking, commenting, and like all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff too. So what I've done is I've actually hired a full-time social media manager at my studio
Oh, nice. Yeah,
that
that's
sits on Facebook and organically interacts with people, talks to people, like leaves actual like real comments,
yeah,
likes people's photos, and does all that stuff. And she does all my Google, social media, and like Facebook and all that kind of stuff too as
that's
well.
cool,
And it
man.
actually like shh, don't tell anybody.
Yeah, is that?
But it works.
It's just like one person then, like an actual human being then, not like a program or
Yeah.
whatever. That's cool. Is it like a local person from where you live, or is it like some like Filipino
Yeah.
girl or something? I know some
No,
people
it's
do
a
that.
local. It's somebody I know. It's really good, and
That's cool.
I pay her a decent wage.
That's cool.
It's
Create
like a
another
comparative
job too.
wage to working anywhere else, right? And she comes and she's full time. She comes in Tuesday and comes all the way to Saturday, 5 days a week,
Nice.
6 days a week, and just sits in my office and does everything from organizing fundraisers to like into social media stuff on Instagram to like
Yeah.
analyzing other businesses too around me that are similar to mine and what their statistics are,
Oh yeah.
what they're doing, and she's like she knows all that information, and so she puts it to work, and it actually shows huge numbers, like big numbers. There's 25 studios here, so
Oh, awesome. Okay, that's what I was gonna ask a little bit about your town and stuff, and like demographic wise, like that. Is it a pretty big area? I don't know Canada very well personally.
Kelowna, where I live, is probably I think it's about 200,000 people, somewhere around there.
Okay.
But like the downtown area of Kelowna is not like as big as the spread out area of
Yeah.
the city. And so there's like probably like 25 tattoo studios within like 2-minute walks from each other, 5-minute walks.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean a lot of them don't do what we do. So
Yeah, I mean it's not too crazy. I was just in Columbus, and there's 200 shops out there. It's crazy, like, yeah, dude.
whoa.
And then when I left my hometown, Modesto, there was like 30 something shops there. That's like not even a very big area either. So it's crazy how it's getting everywhere. I just moved to like a more rural area in Michigan. It's kind of like in the middle of the state, and there's only like 3 or 4 shops in the area, and they're all old, been here a long time. So they have that old like late 90s, early 2000s mentality. So it's been cool to kind of talk to people.
What's the closest convention?
Detroit. Yeah, we do the Detroit convention.
Nice.
Yeah, so I mean, I've been trying to do more conventions too, and do seminars and stuff like that, and just network with people, you know, and that's like just like a really good way to kind of, and I just try to share it, you know, with other people because a lot of people are listening are like early on in their career, and it saves people a lot of time too, you know.
Honestly, doing shows is the best thing I ever did for myself, and I took and I sacrificed a lot to just travel the world and like
Yeah.
go to the shows and hang out with the people that I wanted to be as good as.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or I wanted to try and like pick their brain, and I just went and I found them. And like
Yeah.
you can literally go, you can go on worldtattooevents.com, I believe it's called, and you
Yeah.
can literally pick anywhere in the world that you want to go. It'll tell you when the conventions are and how to get a hold of the people and shit like that. And
Yeah.
any foreigner that wants to travel to a different country, they'll 100% accept you and sell you a booth, no problem, as long as you want to pay for your booth.
And that's all it is, right? It's just paying for the booth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I get a lot of questions about from younger guys is like, how do you do conventions? And I just tell them that too. It's just an investment that you have to look into it like that way, kind of like it's makes you worth more. Your value increases because you're more knowledgeable, you're more networked, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
It just puts you on another level.
Best show I ever did was Evian France. That was the best show I did. I made a good amount of money. The people were amazing. The show was so well organized, and like I met some pretty fucking prestigious artists there too that I'm still friends with today. And
cool.
Like that was probably the pinnacle of my career. That's where my first big international show over in Europe, and I'm like, I'm doing shit, you know.
So that was your first time, like leaving the country and like going to a new country and stuff. Then.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's a big leap.
Yeah.
In a career to get up and go, but like it's the best thing you could ever do for yourself because like the knowledge and the inspiration that you get from going to those places is incredible.
Yeah.
And if you're a business owner, you go out, you do the convention, your flights, hotel, everything is all tax write off. So if you decide that you want to stay there for 4 or 5 days, do some traveling around, check out some stuff, that's also a tax write off because that's considered educational stuff, right? So
yeah, man, I said the same thing in my last episode. Actually, I was just like, I don't want to give tax advice, but shit, like you got a lot of opportunities for write-offs as a tattoo artist, you know, like especially doing those kind of traveling and learning,
Tons.
And like everyone's on a 1099, so I don't know how it is in Canada, but like here, it's like everybody is like on a their personal contractor or whatever, so it's like. You're able to. Everyone's their own business basically, so it's like why wouldn't you take advantage of everything like that? You can, you know. But that's cool, man. I was gonna ask you about conventions actually, and that was my question was like your favorite one, but also like what was like? Do you have like a worst experience too, or like was there like anything terrible like that's ever happened? Because I've heard of some negative shit lately about conventions.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of them these days, and they're getting really expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel a convention is how hard you want to work, how hard you want to hustle before you go to the convention and stuff like that too. You know, I find that I've learned over the years. I've done well over 100 conventions in different parts of the world.
Nice.
I've been everywhere from Central America to Australia to Indonesia to fucking all over the States and over to Europe and stuff like that. And the main thing is like a lot of those big shows, you can learn which ones are money makers and which ones are just promotional.
Okay.
You know? And most of the time, if you can convince one of your clients to come with you, and you do a big piece on them throughout the whole weekend, and then for X amount of dollars, you give them a good deal because they're traveling with you and stuff like that, and they're paying money to come with you.
Yeah,
then you're prepared. You know exactly what you're doing. You're gonna kill it because you've already studied your piece for like a couple weeks beforehand. You know.
That's true, man. I think
a good way to do it.
Last time I was in Detroit, that happened. The guy that won like the best of the whole show or whatever was the guy that brought a chick. Then they worked all 3 days on a back piece, and he ended up taking that prestigious award home. You know, so that's a good idea. That's a really good piece of advice. I think I'm gonna have to think about that next time I do a convention, like bringing someone with me. That's pretty cool.
You have to think about why you're at a convention.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people go. You want to go to meet people and do seminars and kind of just promote yourself and stuff. And maybe you might not want to book yourself. Then you can do a few tattoos. You can wander around.
Yeah.
Check out what's going on, especially for new guys. You know, that gives you a chance to like gain some knowledge and meet the people you want to meet. You can can go to a convention and make money where you just sit at your thing, and anybody who walks by, you're like, come here, and you just, you sell,
Yeah.
sell. Or you can book yourself, be prepared, you're going for awards. You know what I mean? You make a little bit of money because you already convinced your guy at home who would probably pay you $5,000 for a weekend or something like that at home.
Yeah.
You give me $3,000 for a weekend. We're going to Colombia, to Medellin. We're gonna tattoo you all fucking weekend. We're gonna kill it. We're gonna win fucking.
Hell yeah, dude.
Or something.
Yeah, or even I've seen people like one guy that I follow. He does this thing called a Tatcation giveaway. And it's like they go to Hawaii every year for that expo, so he does it as a big giveaway, and he brings a client with him, and he does a big tattoo. He always like wins something for it, or it just gets a lot of exposure, you know.
See, that's amazing. That's a great idea.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, they get to go like to Hawaii and see all the fucking cool shit there, and do cliff diving, crazy shit, you know. So it's like, it blows up.
And get a free tattoo.
Yeah,
that's amazing. That's a great promotional idea.
Yeah.
See, it pays to be creative in other ways, doesn't it?
Yeah, man. People just, like, are like afraid to give free shit away sometimes too. I think that's a big thing for me that helped me in my local area. Was like a lot of people heard about me when I started doing like $1,000 tattoo giveaway once a year or something like that. You know, like promotionals. You can't be afraid of that.
Fundraisers are huge things for tattoo studios too. I find that like if you're gonna be like that, that premier studio in your area, that you gotta be part of the community.
Exactly.
You gotta give back to the community. Like we just finished doing a fundraiser for a little girl named Casey, and she was diagnosed with cancer at 2.5 years old.
Ah, shit, yeah.
And we raised $12,000 for her family in one day, dude. We had a lineup down the block. It was crazy.
That's sick,
we were
man.
in there at 10 in the morning. We didn't leave till 10:30 at night, and tattooed the last person. I was waiting there for 6 hours.
Hell yeah, dude. That's really cool, man. Yeah, like that's some of my favorite shit I've ever done is like the charity stuff, like, and then it makes you feel good about it at the end of the day, and it's like the biggest promotion it could, and it's like, yeah, maybe you're not profiting financially, but in the long run, like your brand is like bigger, like by how many people, with $12,000 coming in, like that is a lot of people coming in for the tattoos, and like your name is spread, to a lot of people, and it's in a positive way, like you can't buy that kind of publicity really, so you.
No, and it's a good feeling too. Like she's, I'm a dad. I got a little baby girl. She's a year and a half old. I know my son is 13. And I couldn't imagine what that family would be going through and stuff. And then I had a nephew who was born with cancer. Actually, his name's Austin. He was born with cancer. Spent the first year and a half of his life in Children's Hospital too. So when I read their story, it kind of hit home. And then I reached out and we set up the fundraiser. But now we want to do one every 4 months at our studio. So the next one we'll do is for Positive Forward for some animals. The next one we'll figure out right after we finish this one, and then just every 4 months do a fundraiser. I call in other artists from other shops around me too that I respect.
Yeah.
And I bring them into the studio, and we all have fun, and we just hang out all day. There's all pre-drawn flash. People come and pick it. They pay for the tattoo. They sit down to get the tattoo, and we only let 4 or 5 people in at a time that are getting tattooed, or however many people are tattooing.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
It works out pretty smooth if you do it right. Yeah.
That's something I miss about living in like an area that's more like metropolitan, is like having that like tattoo community a little bit, like people that respect each other and like can come together and like, advocate for the industry. Like we have like quality art and like, like they're not just trying to just grind out every day, like you're giving back and stuff too. That's really cool, man. Like I appreciate that a lot. So
yeah, I think a lot of people take advantage of that whole community thing too. Sorry that we're gonna get onto that topic for a sec. Because I feel like I love the tattoo community and like hanging out with other tattoo artists and stuff like that too. What I don't like is when other tattooers come in and try and copy.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, biting off.
Hang out and try and see what you're doing, and then try and do what you're doing, and then you see like a week later they're doing some shit that you just finished. Like I'm like.
Yeah, I think it's that's very common for like. Areas, like they kind of like somebody becomes the big dog and then everybody kind of like rides the coattail, or like basically like not like that even, but maybe like kind of emulates them or whatever, and then like because I came out here to this area and I noticed everyone kind of had a similar style of not just doing business even too, but like their art, everything, like even just the way they are, the way they treat clients and shit. So everybody's kind of the same, and it was kind of the same back home too. Everybody was really similar, but in a different way, So I think areas kind of get that, like they kind of like follow one guy. And then when I came out here, I was like, I want to do something totally different than what anybody else is able to provide, because it's all like local, like walk-in shops that have been here forever, kind of just doing little bangers and stuff, you know. I'm like, I want to do like big, large-scale art, and like I don't know if it was possible because we're out here in the middle of nowhere, you know. But like if you're in the middle of like a state, like people will drive from all over to kind of get to you and shit too. So social media could be really good for that kind of stuff, you know. But
yeah, it can bring people from everywhere. Yeah.
but I work alone too, so
It's
I wish that I was in an area like that. Oh, I was just saying, like, I work alone right now, so I kind of wish sometimes I was in an area like that where I could go to a shop like yours or something, you know, and just hang with other artists and do something promotional for the community and stuff. That's really neat.
Come next one, come fly up and guest spot for the week and come hang out.
Yeah, man. I would love to come out there and hang out with you guys if I can come into Canada, if the Canadians will let me in their country. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, you know, I'm trying to get back into your country right now.
Okay.
I had a marijuana charge like 15 years ago.
Oh no.
Before I started tattooing, and I was growing a little bit of weed. And,
It's
supporting my newborn son and
it's legal there now, right?
Yeah, just it's legal now. Yeah, and what I had was like so pitiful too, and
okay.
That I even have a charge for it.
Yeah.
I went down there. I did the Golden State Expo. I went to Florida. I did the New York Expo a couple of times, and I went down to do the All American Tattoo Expo in North Carolina.
I did that one too.
Brought me in and denied me entry.
Yeah. Yeah, those are good shows, man. That's cool. I did New York and the All American Tattoo Convention. That one's really fun though. I like that they're right next to Fort Bragg and they have like all the soldiers and stuff like that.
Right on the base, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's wicked.
And like really good
those guys
food.
Are rad people. I was really disappointed that I couldn't go, and it's been like 3 years since they denied me, and so I've had to jump through all these fucking hoops to get this U.S. travel waiver application in. But I got it in just before Christmas. Now I just wait for them to give me either a year or 3 years, whatever they decide.
Yeah. That's cool, man. That's awesome. Well, I hope that works out. But shit, man. Is there anything else that you would want people to know about you or anything? Since I probably need to wrap it up a little bit. My batteries are all dying here and shit, but.
yeah. No, my phone's about to die too as well. Like, I don't know. Check out my work. At Tattoos by Newz on Instagram.
Okay.
You know, hopefully I'll be in a city near somebody, and feel free to see me at a convention to pop up and say hello. You know, I like talking to people, and especially if somebody heard this podcast and like came up like, oh, I heard you on a podcast or whatever, I'd freak out. That'd be awesome.
Awesome, man. Well, shit, I really appreciate your time and everything, man, and just being like open like this and everything. You know, maybe we can do it again in the future sometime, or you know, connect in some other way or whatever.
Let's keep in touch, man. I would love to talk more. So.
Awesome, man. I appreciate everything.